Rob, what is our third main topic?
John, our third main topic comes to us from Aiden G. Hey, John, I hear you guys often talk about how the last number of years have been pretty dry as far as comedies go. I thought 2022 had a few good ones, so I thought I'd ask what you thought the best comedy of 2022 was. For me, it was Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. What about you guys?
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Aiden. And you're right, look, we were just talking a little bit earlier about how 2022 was definitely one of the weaker years and dry years for comic book films. But you're right, like the last 5-6 years ain't like it was in the really early 2000s, the late 19, where it felt like every year we had 5 or 6 like just like bomber comedies, like just really, really great comedies. You know, the days of whether you're talking about Anchorman, or you're talking about 40-Year-Old Virgin, or you're talking about Wedding Crashers, like that sort of era. We don't have that anymore. No. And really good comedies are tough to come by. This year was no different, but there were a couple of standouts. So we're not going to do top fives or anything like that. We're just going to mention what we think the best one are. I do want to give a couple of mentions, though. All right. Violent Night is a really good comedy. That's the new one with David Harbour playing Santa Claus. I saw it. I laughed significantly more than I thought I would. And I thought the trailers looked charming, but I laughed significantly more. It's a good, violent John Wick is Santa Claus kind of thing. So I dug that. You guys know that for most of the year, my number one film of the year was Everything Everywhere All at Once. So a lot of people are putting that on their comedy list. It's funny. I don't consider it a comedy, even though it's funny. So it depends on how you define it. So I'm not going to mention Everything All at Once as being the best of the year. One that came really close for me being my best comedy of the year was Turning Red, which is still to me the best animated film of the year. I was really floored and pleasantly surprised by Turning Red. Again, super charming, great heart, really funny, the whole bit. But my personal, it comes down to me, and this surprised me. Even though I was excited about the movie, I did not think I would laugh as hard and as often as I did in this movie. My best comedy of 2022 is Weird, the Al Yankovic story. I remember I went to the LA premiere of it, and I'm sitting there with Ann, and we're in a pretty enthusiastic crowd. I was pretty excited to see a lot of Weird Al fans were there. And in the first 3 minutes, Ann was in tears. Like Ann was like literally, she had tears coming down her face. She was laughing so hard. And my stomach hurt by the end of the film. I laughed so hard. I just couldn't get over and I get it. I'm a big Weird Al fan. So I'm kind of, but what Daniel Radcliffe does in this movie is like, just makes me believe Radcliffe can do absolutely anything. Jack Black has a cameo in this, which was absolutely hilarious. So you know what? Not even by a very close margin, to me, the best comedy of the year, Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Anyway, Rob, we haven't had a year of great comedies for a while, but there were some gems. What are the comedies for you?
Not much. I mean, I have to say that Weird is easily my favorite comedy, but it's also my biggest regret of the year because I saw it at home by myself. I watched it,
yeah.
And I do not understand, John. I know it was made for Roku or whatever. I do not understand the metrics of why you didn't put this movie in a theater.
Laughing with an audience in this movie was so much fun.
This movie would have killed in the theater. And you saw it in the theater, and I could have gone. It was part of Beyond Fest. I was like, it looks funny. I didn't buy a ticket.
So You're Listening is your favorite comedy of the year as well?
Bar none. It's my favorite comedy by a wide margin. I mean, I can't even think of anything else that I watched that I laughed or guffawed out loud at. I mean, this was, like you said, I was sitting in a room by myself. Elizabeth, nobody was home. The dogs were like, why are you, they'd never seen me. I was laughing so much. The dogs are like, are you okay, dude? Because they didn't even understand why I was laughing. Like laughing out loud. It's so good.
Christian, again, it's slim pickings. The last numbers you've been. What's your best comedy of the year?
I don't know. I barely have seen any of these comedies, and the ones that I have seen aren't that great. I guess the one with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum was pretty good. The one
Lost City, actually,
Lost City.
I'm glad you brought that. Lost City was pretty good.
Yeah, I'd put that in there. Ticket to Paradise was terrible. Banshees, they say is a comedy. I don't know. The Banshees of Inisherin.
You know what? it took one of the things about seeing Banshees of Inisherin was
Inisherin.
it took me a while. I had to readjust my brain because I went in expecting comedy. They call it a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
There's
see you calling it
moments, but I mean,
dark comedy.
Yeah,
but
no. And
yeah.
then
I kind of liked Dog, but I wouldn't call it a
That's
comedy.
what they said. So Violent I didn't see. Amsterdam stinks.
Yeah.
I never saw Bros. Bardo, no.
Bros, I saw. It was pretty
It's
good.
funny. I didn't see that. Turning Red, I didn't see. Spirited, I didn't see. Spirited, everybody talks about Spirited.
Yeah, Ann and I are waiting till Christmas Eve to watch
I
it.
see. Bad Guys anime. Yeah, I would have to say The Lost City, but that's the only comedy that I saw that I said I like this movie. Oh no, does Hustle count? If Hustle I thought was more of a drama, but if Hustle counts as a comedy, then get out of the way. Hustle to me is one of my favorite movies of the year. So I would say Hustle.
I have to say, I watched a trailer this morning before work that made me laugh. It stars Richard Gere, Susan Sarandon, William Macy, and Diane Keaton. And that's
an interesting cast.
Right. And it's about a young couple that's getting married, and their parents haven't met each other. And it turns out that their set of parents is each having affairs with the other parents.
Okay, I'm interested.
And
I'll watch this.
I don't know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but it looks farcical. And with those actors, I laughed out loud at this trailer. William H. Macy has just watch the trailer. It's hilarious, dude. I thought and we both, Elizabeth and I, laughed out loud at the last line of the trailer that William H. Macy says. It's pretty funny. And I'm like, well, it made me think, where's farcical comedies like this?
All right, guys. Question is for you. It wasn't exactly a rich year. By the way, I should have probably also brought up Jackass Forever because I actually laughed a lot. Ray, not so much, but Jackass Forever. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What was your favorite comedy of the year? For me, by far, it was the Weird Al Yankovic story. There were a couple of other decent ones. What was the big one for you? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating. Do your thing and holiday your way with MeUndies. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies, because they're currently offering a very merry deal. Get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/Campea. Guys, you know I've been wearing MeUndies for a while now because I used to be like everybody else. I would go to the big store, buy the biggest box of the most generic underwear, and I thought that was good enough. But ever since I started MeUndies and started wearing the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn in my life, I swear on this Christmas season, I will never go back. So get your holiday shopping finished early and start making time for yourself with the new MeUndies holiday collection. Their undies, long underwear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you've ever felt and are guaranteed to bring you comfort and joy to all of your loved ones. Shop their classic plaid prints for a traditional, picture-perfect style, or get festive with their adventurous limited edition sweater prints. Available in sizes extra small all the way through 4XL, MeUndies has what you need to make all of your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea.